It's no secret that sport is often perceived as a man's world, with some of the world's most famous athletes being men. But here's the thing. Many female athletes have made history because of their outstanding abilities and perseverance. These women defied betting odds and gender stereotypes, and rose to become some of the world's most well-known athletes. So let's take a look at some of these incredible women, and who can now be called the best female athletes of all time. First up, let's look at USA's very own Babe Didrikson-Zaharias. So Babe Didrikson-Zaharias received many awards throughout her life for her achievements in sports, ranging from track and field to golf and basketball. In 1932, she won Olympic gold medals in the 80-meter hurdles and javelin, as well as silver in the high jump. In 1938, she made history by becoming the first woman to compete in a men's golf event, though she didn't make the cut. That same year, she married professional wrestler George Zaharias. She then won the U.S. Women's Amateur Tournament in 1946, after being restored to amateur status after some years as a professional. Zaharias went on to win multiple golf tournaments and was the first and only woman to win a PGA Tour event. Next up, how UK's Lottie Dodds shocked the world. Dodd won the Wimbledon Ladies Singles Championship at the impressive age of 15, making her the youngest woman to do so. She went on to win the title 4 more times before turning her attention to hockey. She began playing field hockey in 1897, when the sport was still in its infancy, and was the founding member of the Spittles Women's Hockey Club. Lottie won many awards and tournaments during this period of her career, including field hockey and amateur golf, and that's not all. Her amazing eye-hand coordination helped her archery skills, earning her a spot on the 1908 Olympic archery team. Of course, she ended up winning the silver medal here too. Next up, let's talk about Fanny Blankers-Koen from the Netherlands. In 1948, just 3 years after the end of World War II, the sporting world wanted a star to remember. It got Fanny Blankers-Koen, a mother of 2 from Utrecht who was unlike anyone else in the Olympics before or since. Everyone who saw the London Olympics totally agreed on how the world's favorite athlete that year was the 30-year-old Dutch housewife. Some people thought she was too old to succeed, while others thought she should just stay at home with her children. When she arrived at the track, Blankers-Koen simply pointed at one of her harshest critics and said, "I'll show you," and she did so brilliantly. During her lifetime, Fanny Blankers-Koen won 4 gold medals in the pentathlon at the 1948 Olympics. She also set 12 world records, including long jump, high jump, and sprint. Of course, in light of these many achievements, she was named one of the greatest female athletes of the 20th century in 1999, and has since become an inspiration to women all over the world. Up next, let's look at Mia Hamm's many accomplishments. Well, Hamm's pretty well known for her soccer accomplishments, having competed in the first 4 Women's World Cups and winning 2 of them. She also won gold medals in the Olympics in 1996 and 2004, earning her worldwide recognition. Since then, she scored 158 goals in international competitions, more than any other athlete on the planet, man or woman. Hamm has also twice been named Women's FIFA World Player of the Year, and for good reason. Coming up, there's Jackie Joyner-Kersee, who made America proud. Jackie Joyner-Kersee, now considered one of the greatest female athletes of the 20th century, is a 4-time Olympian and 6-time Olympic medalist, making her one of the most decorated athletes on our list. Her best achievement was the heptathlon, which required her to compete in 7 different, exhausting track and field events. She won a silver medal in the heptathlon at the 1984 Olympic Games, and gold medals in 1988 and 1992. What's important to note here is that she never lost a heptathlon competition after her silver medal in 1984, and she still holds the world heptathlon record of 7,291 points. How impressive is that? She's also one of the most well-known athletes to have overcome severe asthma. Jackie Joyner-Kersee announced her retirement from sports at the age of 38, but she had a new mission: to make a difference in the lives of others. She established the Jackie Joyner-Kersee Youth Center Foundation to encourage other low-income children in her community to participate in sports. She also collaborated on the creation of Athletes for Hope with other legends such as Mia Hamm and Muhammad Ali. Next, the Canadian Clara Hughes made her name known in cycling. Clara Hughes is a cycling and speed skating champion who became famous for being the only person to win multiple medals in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. She's also won 6 Olympic gold medals. She was inducted into Canada's Sports Hall of Fame in 2010 and is regarded as one of the most influential female athletes of all time. She's now decided to slow down after spending half her life trying to be the fastest person on the planet. This led her to hike an insane 16,000 kilometers, during which she discovered the healing power of movement. Let's look at the gymnast legend Larisa Latynina. Larisa Latynina, born in the Ukrainian USSR, rose to prominence at the age of 21 when she competed in the 1956 Olympics. Throughout her career, Latynina won a total of 18 Olympic medals, 9 of which were gold. She also held the record for the most Olympic medals for 48 years and is still the only gymnast to win 9 gold medals. And hey, she was the only athlete in any sport to have won 18 Olympic medals until Michael Phelps broke her record in London. She's one of only 4 athletes in history to have won so many, and one of only 3 women to have won the same event 3 times at the Summer Games. She's now credited with establishing the Soviet Union as a dominant force in gymnastics and has cemented her name into the sport. Up next, we have Martina Navratilova from the Czech Republic. With a career spanning over 30 years, Martina Navratilova is now regarded as one of the greatest tennis players of all time, and the reason why is simple. She has the best winning record of any tennis player in history, having won the women's singles title at Wimbledon 9 times in a row. But she hasn't been quiet since she retired from tennis. She's a formidable activist who devotes much of her time to advocating for a variety of causes. She's lesbian and proud, and has received a great deal of attention for her activism and support for LGBTQ+ rights. She's also donated thousands of dollars to political causes, charities, and animal welfare. Next, who could forget Billie Jean King in the Battle of the Sexes? Billie Jean King, one of the most celebrated tennis players in history and one of the 20th century's most respected women, has dedicated her life to breaking down barriers both on and off the tennis court. Billie Jean Moffitt began playing tennis when she was 11 years old. She told her mother after one of her tennis lessons that she was going to be #1 in the world. And well, she did it! She held the title 5 times between 1966 and 1972. For more than 2 decades, King ruled the tennis world. She won 39 Grand Slam singles, doubles, and mixed double titles as a player, including a record 20 titles at Wimbledon. In the most talked about tennis match in history, King defeated Bobby Riggs in 1973. The Battle of the Sexes was a watershed moment for women in sports, demonstrating that talent isn't dependent on gender. So women's tennis became a major professional sport thanks to King's efforts. Outraged by the disparity in prize money between men and women at major tournaments, she also spearheaded the campaign for equal prize money and equal treatment of women. And that's not all. She was instrumental in the formation of the Virginia Slims Tour, the Women's Tennis Association, the Women's Sports Foundation, and World Team Tennis. Last but not least, let's look at Wilma Rudolph from the US. Wilma pursued her dreams of becoming an international track and field star, despite being told as a child that she would never walk again. At the peak of her career, she used her platform to raise awareness about social issues no one else talked about. She then became the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in track and field at the 1960 Olympics in Rome. Throughout her career, she was regarded as the fastest woman in the world and received a great deal of attention for her endurance and skill. As an Olympic champion in the 1960s, Rudolph became one of America's most celebrated black women, serving as an inspiration to black and female athletes all over the globe. Her accomplishments have been captured on film, television, documentaries, and books, and she's a great source of inspiration for black women all over the world. That's a wrap for this video. Did we miss any athletes that you'd like us to include? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one, and thanks for watching.